So the first thing basically is not to be too heavy at the beginning. It's very difficult to go in details if you have something which is already so strong at the beginning. And to be too pretentious at the beginning and say, okay, I can do it, straight away in black. That doesn't make any sense. They have to be very gentle. It's a very, very long process. Light drawing is essential, and then being able to imagine it after that, to create it from imagination and not from reference. To be able to draw an arm facing you, for example. To draw an arm like that, it's quite nice. But if you want to draw an arm which is going like that, in 2D, that is going to be very complicated. And then make it move at the same time. It's not the easiest art form. The next drawing is a bit more refined than the one before. You actually put the detail, like that, on this one. I just need to, by flipping it like that, I check the animation. And the more experience you have in animation, the less you go to a computer. You really go at the end when you want to see the fine details. If you want to draw correctly something, you have to not to think about what you're drawing, which is a very bizarre thing, but if you're thinking of what you're doing, then you don't draw correctly. So what you have to do is to actually be in a sort of sleep. It's like the paper is full of lines which are put together, and just some of these lines are good. And you have to actually get one of these threads and take it out, and it's basically like discovering something and not inventing. And it's a very, very nice feeling when you actually at the end sort of wake up and see what you've been doing. I always want to see the result straight away, which even after all these years, and I know it's not possible, but I don't think I'm very patient. Oh, you say stubborn, probably. I'm very stubborn, but not patient.
By then scanning his drawings into a computer, Chomet can check his progress, in this case on his forthcoming film, The Illusionist. The story came from a script by Jacques Tati, the late great giant of French comedy, known across the world as Monsieur Hulot. This is what's called a line test, when the drawings are placed in order and animated. Sylvain can then check the movement works before he starts the process of colouring and backgrounds. When the film's completed in a few years, it will look more like this. The illusion complete, Jacques Tati miraculously brought back to life. Although Chomet produces nearly everything he does by hand, there are some small elements of computer animation, particularly for machinery like bikes, cars and trucks.
We used the technique of the animation of 3D for most of the objects which are moving, from cars, the bicycles. If you give a bicycle to a 2D animator and you ask that person to draw it, and when you see how complicated the bicycle is, and when you see all the spokes and everything, you actually drive the animator mad. But what we manage very, very well is actually to integrate it in a way that we don't see it as 3D. The pedalo crossing is my favorite scene because it's emotionally it's been a very surprising scene. And what was amazing with it is I put the music on the animatic and everything was coinciding, absolutely everything. You have the camera moves, you have the building of the city, you have all that is working together. And the first animation of the waves at the beginning, and the first time I've heard that with the music, and I was with the animator, and we just look at each other and we had these goosebumps. And still, every time I see the film in the theater, I just got the same impression. It's pure magic.
At the end of the day, Sylvain is a man who draws, a man who's in love with the process of turning the two-dimensional, linear drawing into a living, almost breathing form. A piece of Pygmalion magic that will never, for him, lose its essential, thrilling mystery.
If you used to draw and you've been drawing all your life and you can see your drawing moving, I don't know anybody who likes drawing who wouldn't like to see his drawings moving. It's really magical when you see it move. I mean, I've been in animation for a long time and I still don't know how it works. I do understand, all the process with the eyes and everything like that and the flicking of the... But still, I don't understand how you can make something come alive like that.
The realm of the drawn story is every bit as rich as that of the written word. After all, I've been looking at a vastly diverse mix of material, ranging from the prints of Hogarth and Gilray and Goya to American cult comic strips, from 19th century Japanese woodblocks to the wild world of manga, from the origins of animation to the immensely sophisticated work of Sylvain Chomet. But I do think that there's a common thread running through it all, a certain dark attitude, a mood of satirical disaffection with the way things are. And I also think it's very important that all of these popular draftsmen have aimed their work essentially not at the connoisseur of fine art, but at the man in the street. But that's led to a certain snobbish attitude to the whole field of popular graphic art, the idea that it's somehow peripheral, lightweight, ephemeral. I hope I've shown that the opposite is true, and that actually the draftsman who wants to tell a story with a simple pen or pencil has also created some of the most moving and enduring works of art. In this field, as in so many others, I think drawing has played a central part in enriching our everyday lives.
If you're inspired by the programme, find out more at bbc.co.uk/secret of drawing. And in Life Class on BBC Three now, artist and author Sarah Simblett teaches a group of absolute beginners how to draw, with the aim of exhibiting their work at London's Whitechapel Gallery.